All right, so we're here with the 2012 F-150 now. And yeah, the rockers are rough, like I said. So there's nothing left here. The outside rocker, and then all along. Fortunately, these weren't that hard to repair. Take a look. This is the left side. They came out pretty good. I used quick covers, and I'm going to show you guys how to install them, and then I'll give my full thoughts of them at the end. Doing a quick comparison between these two covers. These are the steel replacement versions that I'd gotten on Amazon a while ago. They're steel, which is fine, but they're not flexible at all. It's actually kind of thick steel. So if you want to try and flex them, you're going to have a tough time. They did not fit very well over the door seam, over the door sill. And this whole end is just, it ends right at the pillar, at the sill, which sucks. So you're going to have to go back and Bondo to clean all this up. These, while they might cost more, well, they paint really nice. This is with a rattle can. But also, they're nice and flexible, and they fit over the door sill perfectly. Not to mention, like I said, you can cut that hole for the door lock very easily. So, I'm much happier with these. And we're gonna get this one on next. Figured I'd show these. This is how those other inserts came out. They came out terrible. Very rough, required a lot of Bondo. They did not fit very nice. It came out okay along the bottom, but yeah, as far as like the gap back there in the wells, like I was less than impressed. So we're gonna see how the quick covers do. So over here on the right side, we have basically the same rust, except maybe even a little worse. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do this after having done it once on the left side. I'll show you guys my favorite ways to do these and the process for getting this restored. So first thing is going to be getting the running board out of the way, and then after that we can come back, we'll take a hammer and we'll assess what areas need to get cut out, what areas just need to be ground down, and what we're going to do to get this thing prepped for a quick cover. All right now with the running board out of the way, you can see the damage. Man, the salt really eats away at these in the north. It's terrible. So most of the damage is really back here. Even some of the inner rocker here is damaged. But so what I'll do next, I'll take a hammer. I like using the back end. Determine what can be saved and what's coming out. Just go through and hammer all the rust out of here, all throughout, just like that. All right, so after hitting it with a hammer, you can see where we're at. Got a lot of that rust taken out. It's all on the ground now. Gonna have a mess to clean up afterwards. But next up, I'm gonna start cutting some of this out, and then I'll show you that, and we'll come back, reevaluate, and I think next step after that's gonna be blowing all this corrosion out of here and getting it prepped for the quick cover. All right, I got most of it cut out that I could get to. So now we're gonna blow it out and see what's left. All right, now that we're about as cleaned up as we're gonna get, I just have a little bit more to do in this corner here. This is what we're gonna be working with. pretty much. Not perfect, but we still got some steps to do. So the first thing, I'm gonna coat everything in Rust Reformer. It's just a primer so that I can get a light coat of paint on this stuff. And then what I'm gonna do is hit the whole area with fluid film, which is a kind of like a greasy rust protective. The key to doing that though is you wanna make sure to avoid this general area, the seam, and the same area up on the front, because you want that 3M tape that's gonna be on the quick covers to stick. If you get that stuff on any of those areas, it's never gonna stick. So we're gonna carefully get this thing painted and then apply the fluid film. Alrighty, get the fluid film on here. All right, with this all prepped up and rust protected, we can start getting the quick cover ready for installation. I already test fitted it before I did this. Fits well. The only thing I gotta do still is cut that out because these bolts ain't budging. I had the same problem on the other side. I'm not gonna bother stripping those, so I'm just gonna cut it out, fit it over that, and yeah, we'll get the quick cover prepped. All right, so looking at the quick cover, there's a couple spots we're gonna apply some double-sided tape to for now. So quick cover supplies this nice 3M double-sided mesh tape, which works really well. I did it on the other side, it worked fantastic. So we wanna apply some along here, probably along here. And then on the other side, we'll apply a strip along here, some along here, and then potentially maybe a piece along here and a piece along there. One of the nice things, so I got to cut out on this side of it the notch for the door lock, which is right around here. Nice thing is with this, you can use a razor blade because it's just ABS plastic, so I can mark it, cut it with the blade, and it should fit right over. So it should be nice and clean, which is great. It's one of the nice things about using these plastic covers. So yeah, we'll do that next. All right, here's where I added the tape. Just a spot there, and a spot there to hold it in that seam when I get the stripping on, and then there and there. And the bottom will be held in with rivets, so you don't have to worry about taping. All right, our hole's cut. Just used a little razor blade. Drilled the 4 holes on each corner after measuring it out, and I got the hole cut. It's a little leftover piece, so start getting this on. All right, we have it on. Only thing is, I missed my cut just a little bit. I'll have to adjust it, but otherwise, fits pretty darn good. So I'll get this cut, and then I'll shut the doors, show you the fitted product, and then we'll get to riveting. Now you can pull your tape strips, pull that one, and you can press it against. So coming back under the truck, stupid me, I don't have any vice grips or clamps or anything, so I'm just gonna hold it in place and rivet it. So drilling the first hole right there, went through the steel right there, and next is gonna be riveting it. And we're gonna put some rivets all along here. Luckily the running boards on either end and back here should help clamp it in place, but we're gonna get a rivet in now. There's the first. All right, we're on. We got 2 rivets so far in the middle. What I'm gonna do next, get the running board in, we'll get the running board back on, and then we'll see how many more we need, if any, and we'll check it out. All right, we're done. That's it. I did a couple more rivets around, but that's it, all cleaned up. I'll just get some touch-up paint to touch up the rivets, but nice and clean. And on the top, what I did for the weather stripping, I actually riveted here, here, and on the end with the 3M tape to make sure it holds. And that's it. So it's all done. So a couple hours later, final thoughts as it begins to rain and storm here. Would I recommend them? Absolutely. I'd recommend them to anyone who's got rocker rust of any sort. These are a lifesaver. They made fixing that so much easier than using steel panels. I've used the steel panels before. I used them on the other 07 F-150. They sucked. You end up having to do a bunch of cutting. You have to do a bunch of Bondo. And it just took probably about 4 to 5 times as long just doing one side. These, I knocked these out. I think I did the one side in 2 hours after I kind of got the hang of it. The second one I did in maybe an hour, hour and a half. So a quick morning project, and it just made everything look so much better in the door sills and the rockers. 100% recommend it. Prices between $400 and $500. It's not the cheapest, but I can guarantee you if you're going to go with some steel products, they're going to cost just as much, if not more. And I don't even think they're going to look as nice. And of course, they're going to end up rusting again because these trucks, rockers always end up rusting out. These, since they're ABS plastic, they'll never rust out again, so it's a once and done job. So like I said, I would recommend them to anybody. They made this truck look so much better. I was getting tired of that rust standing out underneath, but now it looks pretty much like new. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.